Well, hey there, and welcome back. How's it going? Know you miss me. I know y'all do. So, well, today I just want to kind of chat about, hmm, I think a little bit of nostalgia and kind of how that kind of plays a part in our lives, you know? Um, so today I'm going to be chatting about kind of my nostalgia and I guess dating myself, so to speak. So, when I was younger, I played SSX. I don't know if any of y'all really ever played the snowboarding games SSX, but man, it was fun. You know, kind of a little bit of a backstory about me. So, when I was younger, one of my main things I really wanted to do was be a snowboarder. And being a snowboarder was inspiration from SSX, actually. So I saw a lot of those cool moves and tricks and things that you could do in SSX. And I was like, I kind of want to do my own thing, and I try to do that myself. And so, this is what's funny. So I went out onto the snowbank. Well, I went up onto the mountain here in my city, and my parents had gotten me snowboarding lessons because in the game it was easier to do snowboarding than it was to do like skiing, and because up until SSX on tour, there was only snowboarding, and then they included skiing as part of SSX on tour. But anyhow, so went out there and got everything on, and sometimes as a kid things are a little bit overwhelming, and so if you're not really mentally prepared for what's about to come, then you may not enjoy it as much. Now, I've never particularly been super duper in shape. Like, I'm athletic, but I'm not super duper in shape. Plan on fixing that, but regardless, even as a kid, I was not really in shape. So, we get out there and we start putting everything on, and I'm kind of overwhelmed because you can't move in a snowboard, really. Like, your legs are, you can bend your knees and you can kind of manipulate, but not really. Like, you're stuck. So for me, that was a little bit overwhelming because I'm a little bit claustrophobic to some degree. And not saying that was like claustrophobic completely, but not being able to move in a cramped environment is kind of what that felt like. And so for me, that was tough. But I tried my best, and so, we get out there, and we only did the bunny hill slope throughout the day, but it literally took all day, like, not all day, but I think it took from like 10 or 11 in the morning to like 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and it took us the entire day to get down the slope. And that was really annoying, but it was funny because it was part of how I came to want to try to do music instead. And so after I got done doing the snowboarding, I came home and I was like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't think I really want to do this as much as I thought. So what can I do? What do I want my path to be? I thought about it, and I realized that I was like, I've sang before. I'm pretty good at singing. Interesting. And so I started to like transition and move into trying to do more singing and understand it and get better at it. I tried, I think it was in 6th grade to be part of choir. It didn't end up happening, so I had to wait until middle school, and got into middle school, and I was able to do that. And so I did choir for only technically 2.5 years, because I did it in, I think it was 7th grade and 8th grade. I stopped in 9th. I don't remember why I stopped in 9th, but I didn't do it in 9th grade. And then I think it might have been because it was unavailable or something like that. I can't remember. But anyway, I ended up going into high school. And when I was in high school, I only did it for a semester, so pretty much half the year. And so the reason I stopped being in choir in high school was because of my teacher. She's a real hard ass when it came to like everything, and she wasn't very understanding, and so she demanded results. She lied to me a couple of different times just to make it seem like she was like this better person, and it was just kind of dumb because, you know, we're high school students and there's not really any need for that. You're at that point where it's like, well, you're kind of an adult now, and you know, that's what we're trying to transition you into. So you need to start treating, you know, high school kids as more like adults. Not completely, obviously, but you know, when it comes to normal conversation, I think that it's better to treat high school students as like normal adults. But anyway, so that was in due part as to why I ended up becoming a singer, was because I wanted to be a snowboarder and try to revolutionize the idea of snowboarding in the way that it operated. And then I was like, well, that seems like that's not something I'm not really going to be all that into. So I just decided, well, you know what else can I do? And so found singing, and here I am, however many years later. And it's really cool because a lot of what I write on nowadays is a little bit of my nostalgic days. Being an adult, while I love it, and I wouldn't go back to being a kid, because being a child means that you don't really get that available responsibility over yourself. You have to listen to others. And having my own personal freedom, I would never go back. But the things that I do miss are being able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And apart from school, which wasn't as long as work, I could more easily do that. And time didn't feel so fast. You know, as a kid, everything is still relatively new, and even though you've experienced it a few different times, it still feels new when you do things. And it takes a while before that kind of just wears off. It's also part of the reason that I think that we do live multiple lives, is because, man, I like being able to restart a video game. I don't know about you, for the people who do game, but I think that the nostalgia of being able to restart a game sometimes is really cool. Being able to remember, like, oh man, I remember starting this for the first time and doing it for the first time, and now I know the shortcuts on how to get through it. But now I know the shortcuts and shit on how to get through it, and that's it's funny because well, it kind of, for me, it just kind of comes back to that feeling of recognizing that we really only live one life in terms of what we'll remember. And you have to be okay with recognizing that when this is all done, this chapter of a life is over. And you have to feel comfortable with that. Nobody's expecting you to understand it like right this minute. But you have to be okay with it. You know, you're not going to remember the things that happened. And that's okay, because you have to think about it like a video game in that aspect of like, yeah, sure, maybe you can't go back for the nostalgic purposes, but remember how good it was that first time that you ran through that game and you're like, oh man, this is so good, this is so much fun. Or that first time that you went and did that rock climb, or that first time you ran your mile because that was something that was inspirational to you at the time, and how fast you did it, or whatever it is. That's why you have to cherish the moments that are good in your life and be able to reflect positively back on those nostalgic times. And when you reapproach the things that you used to do versus what you do now, being able to feel good about how you felt in the moment when you first did that. And all those memories come flooding back, and it's a beautiful thing. We as individuals are all so incredibly special, and we're all individual to our own, and our experiences are our own. And nostalgia for me is one of those big things that I don't think I'll ever really get tired of when it comes to doing things that I used to do in the past. Sure, you do it so many times it kind of gets itself worn out, and then you start to create new experiences and things like that. But after you create those experiences, don't forget about them and try to remember them the best that you can. I mean, it's nice that we have, phones and cameras and video cameras on us at all times, because we have our phones nowadays, but it didn't used to be that way. And so, we're lucky now, but regardless, you should, when you're in the moment of something, try to live it for what it is in the moment. If you can record it, great, but try to live in that moment. Try to remember it in that way. Depending on what it is, of course. I mean, certain things you want to record to remember forever, because you don't know when you're going to be able to do it again. But always remember that you need to cherish moments as time goes on, because time does go by very quickly. I graduated high school, and so much time has gone by since then, and I can't even believe it. It really blows my mind. In an instant, so much time has passed, and it's crazy, because it makes me realize that had I started trying to do this earlier, maybe I could have found success earlier. But you know what? I don't ever want to feel like I made mistakes in terms of getting to this point, because if it weren't for the mistakes that I made, I don't think that I would have been the person that I am today. Not just that, but I don't think I would have come to the realization of what I, as this form, am now. A lot of maturing was required of me to be able to get to this point. And it's through those prior experiences, whether it's mistakes or it's valuable, good memories that I've had that have gotten me to this point. A lot of the way that everything works, and I think that sometimes why some people don't always immediately latch on to me, is because I feel like me as the individual, obviously from a perspective of looking at me, can be a little bit scary, but at the same time, once you actually open that box, you start to realize that all I'm doing is talking about the universe, I'm talking about life, I'm talking about love, I'm talking about caring for each other, I'm talking about personal experiences to a point because of my anonymity. And so, never feel afraid of time that you have spent doing things, because when you're a good person, it was always time worth spent. And even if you're not in your best point, you have to recognize that, hey, it's time for me to turn things around and make things better and stop perpetuating the worst things about myself and move forward and be the best person that I can be. Because once this is all done, that's what you have to hold on to, is how did you affect people's lives? Did you help them, or did you put them down? And here's the thing, life is going to come and bite you one way or the other, so you might as well make it the best. Remember your nostalgic times, because this is the only time that you'll remember any of it. And even assuming that we reach enlightenment, guess what? Those days come to an end too, and it all begins and repeats the circle again. Nothing is ever meant to last forever, and we have to be okay with that. We have to recognize that we just need to build the best version of ourselves. Not everybody was destined or made to be this great and insanely wealthy person, and you know what, that's okay, because not everybody needs or wants all of that. A lot of responsibility that comes alongside that. It's also part of the reason that it's scary for me, because it's like, yeah, I want to be able to do these things and make the money and take care of my family and do everything and anything that I can for them. And there's a lot that comes alongside that, because it doesn't just end once I get to the point of making money and being successful from this. It keeps going, and it keeps going fast, and the more popular you become, the more issues you begin to have, but that's okay. I think I've definitely mentally prepared myself for that, and to take care of my family. And through the nostalgic times that I got to have, I will be able to cherish those moments as time goes on further, and I will make everybody in my life proud, as well as all of you. Now, I don't want you all to forget about the nostalgia that you have, because remember that those good times are things that you will only remember for so long. So hold on to those memories. Hold on to how the music made you feel the first time you heard it. Remember how you helped your mom in the kitchen for the first time, rolling out the dough for some cookies. Remember how when you fell down on your bike for the first time and how you got that cut on your knees, how that made you remember that next time you better make sure you don't do that. Or you keep trying and trying again, and maybe you'll cut your knees up multiple times, but don't feel bad that your success isn't here yet. Just remember all the good times and how they shaped you as the person that you are. And remember your mistakes too, Remember those things as well. And I think finally to kind of talk about some final nostalgia for me. Well, it's not super prevalent in my life anymore. I remember being in high school and being in the school that I was in. It's really small, because where I'm at, there's multiple big schools, but then there's a small school that doesn't exist anymore. There was kind of like a college program where you didn't earn college credits, but it was in reference to like how college kind of operates. Like, so we had to we had problems that we had to fix, and I think, so for example, right, we had, well, my favorite one was on RFK, and talking about him as well as the influence he had at the time and how everything happened to him. While I'm not really a fan of school, I remember those times because I'm such a small, tight-knit type of person that being able to experience school in that way was really nice. It made things easy for me. And again, just because I didn't enjoy school didn't mean that I didn't enjoy that process. While I was required to go through it, it made things a lot easier for me. So that was nice. And, you know, even if it's difficult, remember the good things about those difficult times. Because you got through it, and you're a better person because of it. Never see a challenge as something negative. See it as a challenge to overcome. And if you fall into the pit, you can always climb back out. It's just when you want to. You're all worth it. Remember the good times. Remember how it made you feel the first time. And how you feel now. And where you've come since then. Y'all are incredible. I love y'all. Have a good one.